Welcome back everyone to another video. In this video we're gonna cover our login component. We're gonna create login component and login slice. Also we're gonna change something here in the navbar, and yeah, wanna go back to the previous video and mention that I changed some of the styling. I added this sail to look better, and yeah, change the color. You can do that as well if you go to your product section and product section item. Here is little typography with a sail, and here is this span and text red. Nothing too special. Also gonna change later those sizes inside our data, and yeah, this is it. Let's go back to our login component. So inside our components, let's create a new folder called login. Inside that login, create a new file, login.jsx, and let's import some things. So the first thing that we're gonna import is our card. I found this nice card for the login, and let's import that at the top, and let's import that card now. Over here it's gonna scream at us because we are missing some imports, so let's import that button that we need. Let's import that button at the top. Also input. Let's import the input, and checkbox we don't need, we're gonna remove it. Now let's import login from our login. So components, login/login. Let's create a simple path like this, login, and here is our login component. Then if you type login here, you will get our card. Let's go back to the login because our card is looking really bad. Let's place it in the middle. So grid calls one items center justify. It's gonna justify item center and age full screen. Now if you refresh and if you see, this is our login component and it's looking really nice. So let's style something more. Let's remove this typography. Let's add text. Image is optional. We're gonna have the image. Also we're gonna have one more input. And now let's add something like type text here. Name, it's gonna be name. Value, and on change we're gonna add after later in a couple of minutes. So let's add type password here. Name, it's gonna be password. And let's repeat this for this one. Let's copy it from the top, and name it's gonna be image. Also here let's change to image URL address. Okay, let's check it now. It's looking okay. Let's add that use state hook for our on change. Use state. Let's also create like initial state here, and that's gonna be object with the name property. That's gonna be empty, password empty, and image empty as well. Now let's create that hook. So values are values set values. It's gonna be use state that's gonna accept our initial state. So our values are looking like this now, right now. Let's create on change function. That on change gonna have event, and inside we're gonna set our values, not to event.target, but we're gonna have the object with all our values. So we are spreading every value here, and name is gonna be our key, and change value. But what we need to do, we need to destructure that name and the value from event.target. And now is everything looking good. Now what you can do, you can add values.name here, and on change, you can copy this 2 more times, paste it here, change it to the password, and also paste it here and change it to the image. And this is it for our login component. So let's go to the slices and let's create a new slice called auth slice.jsx. I'm lazy, so I'm gonna copy this create slice, put it here, export port const auth slice is equal our create slice. That create slice gonna have the name. It's gonna be auth, then initial state, and initial state gonna have the user object. Inside the user object we're gonna have the name, that's gonna be empty, password, that's gonna be empty, image empty string, sorry, and auth user is gonna be false at the default. Now let's export first let's create reducers. So reducers, it's gonna be login with the state and action, and over here we're gonna have logout only with the state. And that's our 2 reducers. So what we're gonna do now, let's export const destructure those actions. So login, logout, and logout, and it's gonna be auth slice dot actions. Nice. And let's export that default auth slice dot reducer. Let's go to our store. Let's import our auth reducer from feature slicers dot auth slice, and let's call it user and provide that auth reducer. So this is done. Let's now create logic for our login. So let's create const user id equal action dot payload, and let's create some validations. So const user validation or validation, and I found this simple regex on the internet. It's over here in my notepad, so let's copy this regex and paste it over here. Then we got i.test, and what we're gonna test? We're gonna test user id dot name, and if everything is alright, it's gonna give us true. So const password validation, it's gonna be, let's copy that regex from the password, copy it good, I don't miss something. Let's add i.test, and it's user id dot password. Now when we got that, let's set our state.user to whatever our payload is, user id, and let's check if that user validation or password validation, they're not good. State.auth state.user gonna stay false. Otherwise we're gonna have else block. State.user is gonna be true, and also we're gonna create const save state, and you guess it from the previous video, we're gonna save it to our session storage. So stringify, and it's gonna be user ID like whole object, session storage set item. Okay, my microphone turned off. I'm sorry about that. And session storage.set item with a key auth user and save state. Now here, what we need to do, let's add json.parse. Inside we're gonna have session storage.get item with a key of auth user. Otherwise, oops, give us our empty object. And also for the logout, we're gonna use stay.user and our object. When we clear it, it's gonna look like this. And we're gonna session storage.clear, clear everything that is inside the session storage. We're not gonna remove this item, this key. We want to clear everything. And let's go to our login to app now. And what we can do, we can import that use selector from React Redux, and inside this const user is equals use selector that got the state. That state is returning a state.user.user. Now when we get that user object with all the properties, we can destructure it and grab our user auth from our user, and later we can console.log our user object and also console.log our user auth user. So what we can do now with auth user here, we can put if auth user is true, give us the main component, otherwise give us the login component. And we don't need this route anymore. And now if we go to our application, login is, we don't need it anymore. If we inspect, and our auth user is false. And let's add something like, this is not gonna be email. Let's go to the login and let's change this label. And let's provide name. Okay, let's type something like John, and let's add some password or like this. And let's see if this is valid. Sign in. Nothing is happening. Is everything alright? Oh, yeah, my bad. Of course, nothing is happening because we didn't provide this patch here and an action. So let's import that action, login, from our feature slices. So login, oops, no, like this. And let's go to the feature slices, auth slice, and let's also import that use dispatch from our React Redux. Let's create a variable called dispatch, gonna be equal use dispatch function, and with that we can go to our button, provide on click. That on click gonna have return function, that's gonna be dispatch. Dispatch gonna have the login action, and what we're gonna provide, we're gonna provide that values object. And let's refresh it right now. As you can see, everything is false. And let's type something John, and let's add some real gibberish. Sign in. It's still false. We provided some password, but let's add, I don't know, password with symbols and letters. Try to sign in. Still bad. Probably regex not that good, or I have maybe more than 10. Okay, let's try to refresh it. It's not looking good. Regex is not working as I thought, so let's add. Maybe I'm typing something wrong. Okay, what is the regex here? 4 to 10. I see it's including everything. Let's add one more time. Yeah, let's try to refresh it. We need to get in. So, and we are in. It's finally working. So, yeah, maybe he's counting how many symbols we got or something. I don't know. You can take another regex. We are in. If we try to refresh, everything is okay because we are storing it to our session storage like that. And let's add that login over here. So let's go back to our navbar. You can play with that regex. It's not looking really good. I want to mention, yeah, you can put something else, but I just want to show you some simple example how you can handle it. And yeah, let's style it inside our navbar. So let's go to our navbar. Inside that navbar, we need that user now. So let's import. Oh, you already got that use selector here. Let's import use dispatch because we will need it for logout. Const dispatch is equal to use dispatch. And let's grab our user over here. Const user use selector state dot user dot user. Let's destructure that user on the name and image. We're gonna use that here. And what else we need here? I think that's okay. Also, let's go to Tailwind CSS and let's import avatar. Let's import avatar. That's gonna be for our image. Let's import it at top and tooltip. Let's grab tooltip as well. Okay. After that, we can go under here, where under this div, under our shopping bag, create a new div, give it a class name, flex, and flex row items gonna be center, cursor pointer, padding left of 4. Inside that div we're gonna add if there is an image. So if there is an image, give us the avatar. Avatar. Avatar gonna have source. That source gonna be that image. Alt can be avatar, I don't know. Also avatar gonna have his own properties with the size. It's gonna be small. And let's add it class name and add it margin right of 2. And that is done for the avatar. So under avatar, we're gonna have div. And inside that div, we're gonna have on click. So on click gonna have dispatch and we're gonna have logout. We didn't import logout, so let's import logout. Import logout from our feature slice. So features, slices, alt slice. And what we need to do with the name. So inside here, we're gonna have paragraph. Inside that paragraph, we're gonna have the class name. Class name gonna be font inter. Text is gonna be small. Font medium. Tracking normal and leading none. Nice. Inside we're gonna have some high. Then we're gonna put name dot char at, and it's gonna be in the first character. So our first character gonna be to uppercase, and rest we're gonna slice it from the index 1, and rest of it it's gonna be like normal letters. So whatever you type in that input, we will always get the name with the first capital letter. And yeah, we can try this now. We can go to the application and let's close this. Okay, tooltip is not working because we didn't provide one. So let's wrap this in a tooltip. Let's copy that tooltip over here, and content gonna be sign out now, and placement gonna be bottom. If we refresh everything, it's like hi Marco, and if we click on it, we are back to our login page, and we got problems. Let's refresh it. Everything is okay. And let's go to application. Session storage is cleared. Let's grab some image from Unsplash. And let's grab, I don't know, let's grab this image address. So copy image address. Let's go back to our application, provide a name. It's gonna be John. Let's add this password now. And image address, sign in, and here is our object. Authentication passed, probably like 2 letters or small and 1 symbol. And regex is passing. As you can see, this is our image string, also name and a password. Regex is okay, so our out user is true, it's not false anymore. We are getting the main image displaying, text is displaying, and our session storage is okay. No errors for now. And we can try also with a small letter now. Let's sign out. Let's type Marco, and let's add some regex. Paste that. Sign in. As you can see, Marco is starting with a capital M right now. This is it for this video, everyone, and see you in the next one. Bye.